Hi Stampers, my name is Sandy Hancock and I am coming to you from Southern California. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I'm just getting ready to celebrate my 34th anniversary, which is very exciting. I've been around from almost the very beginning and I just really enjoy being involved with Stampin' Up! And all the people I've met, all the places I've been. Those have been real blessings. Okay, so this is the card I'm going to show you how to make today. You might think it's a card that opens up like this, but it's not. I'm just going to call it a panel card because I have panels of DSP on the front, and then you open it up to a 1 1/4 panel inside. I'm going to describe and show you how to make this card in just a minute, but first I want to show you how I finished the box from last week. You know, when I started making this, I put the designer paper all the way out to the edges. And as I looked at it, I thought, I can't tell that's a box. So I decided to trim it down a little bit and see if it looked any better. And now when I look at it, I go, okay, that's a box. And then the ribbon that I'm using, this is Lemon Lolly. I'll show you where it is in the catalog. It's on page 143. It's down in the right-hand corner. It's called Sheer Ribbon Combo Pack. And here's what they look like, okay? We've got Lemon Lolly, Azure Afternoon, and Bubble Bath. There are 5 yards in each one. And so, I mean, if you were to cover a number of boxes, you could cover 5. I could make 5 exactly like this out of one ribbon. Okay, now I want you to see what it looks like inside. I just put some adhesive there, put a glue dot on the side, because I don't want people untying this. Of course, I hope they don't untie it. Oh, I'd be so sad. And inside, here are the cards we made last week. I put 6 cards and envelopes inside, little dragonflies. I didn't put anything inside or on the back. I will end up stamping my my Stampin' Up! Stamp on the back, but I just don't think it needs anything. This is so cute. I'm just gonna leave it plain on the inside. And then here you go. Isn't that just so much fun? So here are the dimensions. The DSP is 3 7/8 by 5 1/4. You need 24 inches of ribbon. The tag greeting is from So Sincere. And then the die that I showed you is from Stylish Shapes. Remember, you're just gonna put it on like that. Okay, now I'm gonna make a separate video that just shows you how to put the box together, because I don't wanna add that onto this video. That way you can just go to the video, see how to put the box together, and you'll be good. Okay, so we'll put our box aside. All right, so now, and by the way, when I finish showing you this card, when I'm making this card, I have 6 more cards to show you made with this style using different greetings on the front. Okay, I also want to show you a little trick that I've done with my Cheerful Daisies set. You know, this goes inside of here, but once you take it out, it's hard to know how to turn it. So if you can see, I put black mark here and a black mark there, and that just tells me, match up the black marks, and it goes right back together again. Okay, that was just for free, but it's really makes your life a little bit easier. And then I'm using the Scallop Contour Dies for the centerpieces. So I'm using these 2. Okay, I love these Scallop Contour Dies. I hope they leave them in the catalog forever. Okay, all right. So to start out, I couldn't decide if I was gonna okay, I'm gonna use this piece of DSP, beautiful. I couldn't decide if I was gonna put it on green or if I was gonna put it on yellow. But I decided, because there's all this cuteness with the yellow in there, that I would put it on yellow. Okay, so we're gonna take the Daffodil Delight cardstock and score it and fold it. Okay, then I'm gonna put a 5 1/4 by 4 piece of white on the front. This is what's gonna hold our 2 panels. All right, now let's put that aside, and we're gonna cut the designer paper. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cut off 1 1/4 let's see, here's 1 1/4 inch. There we go. And this is going to be the inside piece. And the reason I'm cutting it off first, let's see, it's going to need to be 5 1/4. There we go. I have to cut this off first because I'm going to cut this to 5 1/8, and that would be too short for the inside. So I'm going to cut from the left to the right because I want this pretty tree in there. So we need 3 inches. No. We're doing panels. I'm back to the other card. Our panels are going to be 1 7/8. So that's 2 little lines before 2 if you're using this kind of a cutter. And we're going to do that twice. 1 7/8. I should have cut the length off first. Oh well, just a little bit more work for me. That's okay. All right, so then let's cut this down to 5 1/8. Oh dear, no. I'm going to cut off some of the sky. 5 1/8. Yeah. Maybe I'm going to do that. Yeah, I should have definitely cut it off first. Oh well. Okay, 5 1/8 right there. Just have to cut off a little bit of the prettiness, not too much. Okay, now can I do this one the same? Well, of course I can. No problem, right? Because you want your tree to match. Let's see, how is that going to match? Hello? Let's see, what did I do? Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is going to give me a little clue. That doesn't even look like I cut it straight. Okay, there's that. And then I'm going to cut this to 5 1/8. And hopefully it's going to match. Okay, put all this. All right, now we're just going to we've got 3 panels to put on. First, I'm going to take the little tiny piece. This is 5 1/4. And this one is going to go inside. And by the way, you notice I'm using a different type of adhesive. It's called Dotto. I got hooked on it when, okay, I'm going to go cut this a tiny bit because it's off slightly. Faster on my big cutter. Okay, and we're going to put this inside. Yeah, I got hooked on this Dotto. Stampin' Up! Used to carry it, and I love it because I changed my mind. Like, I can be looking at a card for 3 days and then all of a sudden decide to change my mind. Okay, we'll put something cute in there. Okay, so now we've got our 2 panels. Let's get them going the right way. Okay, so we're going to add our 2 panels, and I'm going to put this out so that you can be looking at it if you want to copy those dimensions down. The panels are 5 1/8 by, okay, which goes first? This one, by 1 7/8. Okay, so probably about like that. And then our second panel, 5 1/8 by 1 7/8. By Jove, they're gonna match. Okay. Well, I think that's okay. Okay, now I'm going to take this larger Scallop Contour die. I'm going to add 6 dimensionals to the back because I want it to be nice and solid for the piece I'm going to put on the top. Take off these little papers that come on top of each one. Yep, they love to go all over the floor, of course. Okay, and then I'm going to lift it up a little bit. Oh, and then if you want to check, just check that and that little scallop to see if it is looking pretty even, and it is. Okay, so just because this stamp is so easy to stamp online, I'm going to use my So Sincere stamp set that says just love spending time with you. Okay, so now we just want to get the just straight. Well, that's straight enough, not perfect. Okay, you know what? I think I have another. I just put my thumb in there. Okay, let's try that one more time. See if we can get the just a little bit straighter. Okay. Oh, I have 2 more chances. This is so good. Okay. Okay, that's a little bit better, I think. Is that a little bit better? Okay, 3rd time's a charm. I'm gonna do it one more time. Okay, this is where you see I tend to be a bit of a perfectionist, but I think every time I'm stamping it straight. Oh well, that one's gonna have to work. Which one do I like the best? I think I like this one the best. Okay, so let's put this on the Scallop Contour. And then here's what I did with the daisy. Okay, all I really want is the daisy and the stem. So I'm gonna cut off these little pieces and throw them out of the way. Then I'm actually going to even cut off the stem because the angle that it's on the die doesn't really work for this particular card. So this is that second piece of the daisy that I showed you how to fit into its other metal piece that matches. Okay, then we're going to put this onto the card. Oops. Okay, then we're going to put this into the center. And then I'm going to put some adhesive on this little stem, on the leaves, I mean. And I'm just going to lift this up a little bit. And, whoops, don't need you. And I need a little bit more space under here. There we go. See how I'm just kind of letting it dangle off a little bit? Okay, then I want to get some birds. And again, these birds, some are flying down and some are flying up. And so it's so much fun to use them together. And then, of course, I'm going to take a dragonfly and I'm going to put Mr. Dragonfly up in here. Okay, so how simple is that? Really, it's pretty simple. Just cut your pieces out and it just takes a minute to put them together. So these 2 cards are very similar, just different DSP, but the same colors. Okay, now let me show you some that are a little bit different, and I'll try to line them up as much as I can. Okay, so on this one, I used Trust in the Lord with All Your Heart, and that's from a set called Courage and Faith. So here's the Trust in the Lord. So on this one, I used this gorgeous boho blue. I used blueberry bushel ink, and this is the back of one of these gorgeous sheets. It's not even the front. And then a little dragonfly. Okay, then on this one I went with green, and it's basically the same design over and over again. It's just so simple. And then on this one, back to boho blue, and I kept this boho blue because there's really no blueberry bushel in this. And on these, I can't remember what these are called. Anyway, you'll see them in the catalog. Here they are. They are called adhesive backed solid gems. Okay, so I just thought I needed just something a little cute down there, but there's my birds again. And oops, I forgot to put a dragonfly in here. Let's do that. I think it's just a nice, cute little surprise. Okay, so there's that one. And then I went with hot pink. This is Melon Mambo. Knowing You Brings Joy to My Heart. That particular one is from my So Sincere set. Same thing, doing it over and over again. And did you see I'll put this out, the panels. Okay, and then the last one, oh, it's just, this grass is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And I went back to Just Love Spending Time with You because I could send this to a lot of people. Here's my panel. Okay, so are these easy enough for you? Just cut your green and your white, 2 panels, then scallop contour. There is a little bit to it, but it's pretty easy to put together and it's just so much fun. So anyway, I will let you know. The next thing I do is going to make the video just on how to put the box together. You can place orders at sandyhancock.stampinup.net. And then if you want to reach out to me, my email is sandystamper@earthlink.net, no A in the stamper. And this Meandering Meadows designer paper, actually the bundle, the garden, let's see, is this it? It's Garden Meadow. The whole Garden Meadow bundle is going to be available at 11 p.m. our time on November the 7th. It's actually midnight for Stampin' Up, but they're an hour ahead of us. So we actually can just stay up late until 11 o'clock and put our orders in. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. All right, so here's 7 cards, just boom, 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 super simple. And thank you so much for joining me. I'll look forward to having you back next time.